Good morning everybody and welcome to the WandaVision series recap show. I'm your host Grant Liston, a very bored Englishman, and I've just finished episode 3 of WandaVision, and I tell you what, it's getting there. Okay, this episode was kind of a slow start to me, but the rest of it really ramped up the intrigue. So before I start, once again I always have to say, spoilers. If you haven't seen the episode, go there, watch the episode and then come back to me afterwards. Thank you. This show does one thing amazing. The whole show is pretty damn good, actually. Like, the acting's spot on. The actual storyline is very, very interesting. Although it needs to, in my opinion, I think it needs to kick it up a gear. But I'm still really enjoying the ride. But the one thing it really, really does well is building tension. My God, I was at the edge of my seat stuff at times. Like, go on, but they're not playing all their cards just yet. So I know, kind of hypocritical. On the one hand, I like how they're doing the slow build, but at times I'm thinking, come on now. But that's just me, I'm slightly more impatient than others. So this week's issue was Wanda and Vision having a baby, but after 12 hours she's already 4 months gone. And there's some great comedy scenes here with Vision talking to the doctor and trying to figure out, well, how big should the baby be after like 12 hours. And there's loads of different hijinks going on here. So the main talking point, I think, is the actual birth of the babies, because she has 2 boys, Tommy and Billy, and I assume that they're going to become Wiccan and Speed, her children from the comic books. In all honesty, I'm not too familiar with the source material, but I'm just reading as I go along. I don't want to go too far ahead in my research in case I come across something that gives away the show. So I'm dibbing and dabbing in terms of research. Standout performance from, I'm going to butcher her name again, I do apologise, but Tanya Paris, I do believe her name is. If I've butchered it, I totally apologise, I'm so bad with names. I can barely say them over half the time, but it's just, what a standout performance. The acting so far has been very good. The chemistry between Wanda and Vision, as always, is electric. They bounce off each other so well. But Miss Paris here is flat out the star performer. So this week's main talking points are the fact that before the birth of the twins, Wanda and Vision are once again having that moment of, something's not right. Somehow people are always trying to figure out what's wrong with us. They're almost walking in on our secrets. And they're very, very nosy neighbours. And then this is sort of like a glitch, like it was like a stutter and a bit of buffering. And I'm really hoping it wasn't my internet, because I rewound it and played again, and next thing you know, Vision's gone from sitting down to standing back up again, and it's almost like that conversation didn't happen. The next big talking point is just after the birth of the twins, and Wanda's remembering her brother Pietro, who died, and of course she's had twins, she is a twin, and she was reminiscing, and then Miss Paris, and that's what I'm going to call it from now on because I'm just going to keep butchering her name otherwise, she says, your brother was killed by Ultron, which makes Wanda go, how do you know that? And you can just feel that tension ramping up more and more and more. And furthermore, to add just a little bit more intrigue for you, her pendulum was the sword symbol again. That symbol keeps cropping up. So this week's show ends with Vision talking to his next door neighbours, and they're clearly hiding something from him, because they're talking about Geraldine, who's played by Tanya Paris, Miss Paris. I'm gonna give up, alright? Ms. Paris, alright? So they're talking about Geraldine, the character, and how she's not normal. She's no husband, no kids, no home, no family. She's a complete enigma. What are they going to do about her? And Vision's trying to get the information out of them, but they're both just very, very secretive. And when Vision goes to ask about Wanda, where is she? And Wanda's very calmly, almost psychotically, just like, oh, she went home. Whereas in reality, Wanda has magically forced her out of this, what can be described as an illusion, because she appears in sort of like a massive bubble which has made this land invisible, and she arrives at this military facility called Westville, which just so happens to be the fictional town that Wanda and Vision now live in. As she lays on the floor, completely knackered, she's surrounded by the black SUVs and the SWAT guys with machine guns. That's where the episode ends. So, now on to the theories. Sorry, one more thing. these adverts they keep putting in, they're really, really corny, really of their time, but so well done, and just they keep adding that intrigue. So the first one you've got was that toaster in the very first episode, and that's kind of like alluding to the missile that killed Wanda's parents but kept her and Pietro alive. The second one was the Von Strucker watch, and that obviously made me lose my mind in the last episode because like, Hydra! It's Hydra! And now this episode was a bubble bath, and it was a Hydra bubble bath placement. The one theory I thought probably won't happen because it's kind of like an overplay thing of a Hydra facility. I think it's Hydra! I think it's Hydra! I think I may have called it, and I was actually more hoping for Ultron. But who's to say they're not working hand in hand, because we have no idea where this show's going. If I was a betting man, which I could be, I would say Ms. Paris is working for S.W.O.R.D, who's run by Nick Fury, who's up in space with the Skrulls, as we see at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, and he said the other one there. So we know Fury's in charge, so we can assume that S.W.O.R.Ds are friendly. And every time they see like the little helicopter or the beekeeper guy and now Ms. Paris, we can assume that these are agents trying to free WandaVision from this vision, which is, I'm going to say now, I think it's Hydra. I truly do think Hydra are completely behind this, and maybe they're not working alone. Maybe Ultron, maybe the witches I mentioned last time. I just don't know, and I like not knowing, but I'm so impatient I need to find out. So that kind of brings us to the end of the recap. Let me know what you guys think. Am I talking absolute nonsense, or do I make some interesting points? Let me know in the comments below. Please feel free to like the video, share the video, and I'll see you all next time. Take care now.